La 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 Adam's little vlog.
Tally ho everybody, this is Heap Games and speaking. Here is my next review for Robot Wars 2017 Series 9 Episode 4. Lots of spinners in this one, 5 altogether. So the robots we have Frostbite, High Five, Supernova, Worm, Apex, Crustacean, Ironside 3 and Pulsar. Probably my favourite of the lot was Ironside. Mostly because of the people who made it also made, I think it was Mighty Mouse and Velociriptor. Velociriptor being one of my favourite robots back in the old series. So I instantly warmed to them last series, and to see them back again this series was fantastic. Didn't get to see the self-righting arm in action, but, you know, maybe in the final, because that's what happens. Ironside 3 goes through to the final of Robot Wars Series 9, which I'm very happy about. This episode, it didn't have a great variety of robots, which is a negative, let's be honest. When 5 of your 8 robots have spinning weapons, that's showing a lack of variety. I don't know if, I imagine it all must have been randomised when they started the tournament as to who goes where, why and how, which heat they're in. And also which four-way battle they go in, because it seemed a bit strange in this episode. The first round had I've written it all down on screen so I can actually see it this time instead of getting freaking paper. Frostbite, High Five, Supernova and Worm. 3 of those robots seemed they seemed like contenders for not doing too well, to put it politely. It's a good innovation there. But that particular group of 4, comparing it to the other group, Apex, Crustacean, Ironside, Pulsar, seems particularly weak, and it'd probably be better if a couple of robots swapped around in each of those 4-way battles. Maybe put Apex and Crustacean in for, I don't know, High Five and Worm. Just to... Well, firstly, if you think about it, the second group of 4 could have all gone through to the next round and done all right. Saying that, I thought some of the weaker robots in this episode were innovative, interesting, and fun. I didn't get what the High Five one was. It had sort of hold on. It was like that. It's a weird weapon at the front. We didn't get to see it because it died within I don't remember how long. Couple of seconds, and it didn't do anything. But a shame that, because I was looking at the weapon in the pits and I was like, what the hell is that thing? Unfortunately didn't get to see it. Worm was the what was that robot last year, the wooden one, forgot what it's called, but that was fantastic, and I love that team. They're probably the best team for entertainment in the show, in the new show, Series 8, Series 9 to date. Those 2, they're brilliant, love them. So it was great to see them back, and even if their robots aren't particularly world beaters, it's good to see them. Who else? Frostbite, sort of a retro design. Bar spinner, a bit weak in the armour department, as you saw. In the other group, Apex, Crustacean, Ironside 3, Pulsar. Pulsar returns after being last series grand finalists. I was a bit critical of Pulsar last series because, well, I was a bit peeved that it seemed to get extremely lucky in getting to where it got to, and then in the final just didn't show up. So that got me a bit peeved. And well, as this episode's come around, I've been like, okay, let's see what you can do. It did very well in its first battle. It destroyed things. Again, I must bring up that the 2 first battles lasted seconds. And nothing happened. It was literally 1-hit KOs and things are gone. Which is why there's a lot of filler in this episode, I think, because there's a lot of battles like that. Where was I? Pulsar. After that first battle, it just seemed to break down a lot, and it still managed to get to the Heat final, which is sort of the thing it was doing last year. Where it got a bit of luck thrown its direction. I can't click my fingers. Brilliant robot, but seems a bit unreliable, and yet it still moves through, and it just feels a bit wrong, really. I mean, if you consider what happened in the second round, you get I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know where I am. It's been so long ago since I watched this episode. I don't get time to do these reviews straight after. I'll try better in the future. Second round comes along. Let's get back on track here. I was expecting more robots to drop out, especially after watching Frostbite just getting torn to pieces by Supernova. I had high hopes of Supernova as well in this series. And it showed that it can take someone to pieces. Granted, Frostbite had very limited armour. So it got knocked out, and Worm got brought back in, which I was quite happy about, because we got to see the team again. I didn't know why we couldn't see High Five again. Well, to be honest, they both did pretty bad in their group fights. I think High Five went out earlier. Worm got destroyed. Funnily enough, though, it got put up against Pulsar in its... I think it was Was it second or third battle it was put in? I don't know. It put against Pulsar, which was basically a gift to Pulsar. Even though its weapon wasn't working, Worm just broke itself. So that was a easy 3 points to Pulsar, which, if it were put against any other robot, and it didn't have its weapon working, it would have just been beaten up, destroyed, and blah, 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 blah. Right, what was the moment of controversy again? I'm sure there was a moment of controversy. I can't quite remember it. I believe it was Ironside versus Pulsar, where Pulsar's wheel broke, so it would go like that in circles, and the other robot was told in the booth that this robot was broken and it had been counted out. What's going on? I hate to have to bring up controversy in every single review of this series, but there's controversy in every single episode of this series. And I'm fed up with it. And that's going to take another few points off my review here. Because how can you tell Ironside that they've won, effectively? They've counted out the opponent. You've told Ironside that they've won. So Ironside have stayed back and done nothing. And at the end of it, only get 2 points and Pulsar gets 2. There's another instance of Pulsar getting a quick, there you go. Quite lucky there. Pulsar was dead. I mean, they say if you can go out your own radius, which, you're talking inches, maybe half a metre maximum that it can move. And there was clear signs that it wasn't going anywhere. It was dead. Ironside should have taken the 3 points. So, another controversy. Things screwing up again. But at the end, I'm not too displeased about it because it didn't affect the overall outcome. Pulsar still would have gotten all of its most of its points and progressed through, and Ironside would have still won overall. But congratulations massively to Ironside. Really happy to see you go through. As for the wild card option, we've got Pulsar, which, as I say again, it was its first. It was against Supernova. It was against Worm. It was against Ironside. Didn't do too well overall, but you got to see what it's compared to. I'd say probably Thor. But then again, none of the wildcards have actually been that good so far. In terms of how they've performed in the head-to-head stages. I have to wait and see what happens in episode 5. I imagine the runner-up of that one will probably get the wildcard choice. But you never know. It could be another poor performance all round. Overall score for this episode, let's go for... I'm not going to say it was as good as last episode, which I gave a 6 out of 10, so I'll give it a 5. Bang average. But still getting better than the first 2 episodes. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Heap Games, I'm speaking. Congratulations to Ironside and all the rest who entered. And I'll see you for the next one, hopefully a bit earlier. See you later. Well, I need to do the proper one. Try toodle pip toodaloo and cheerio. See you later.